guys and welcome back to my channel. We haven't met before. My name is Shiv. Hello, if you're coming back then welcome. In today's video I am showing how to create this look right here using the Morphe 10G GLSEN Up eyeshadow palette, which looks like this. It's super pretty and contains 10 different glitter eyeshadows ranging from super glittery to more like shimmery shades which are at the top, and this is the look that I came up with. I used 6 shades out of 10, so I got a really good feel for the palette. I just wanted to have a play around really and just kind of see what I could come up with using the colours, and yeah, I actually really like this look. I feel like it's very sort of like, do I want to say euphoria? I don't know, like editorial glitter fairy kind of vibes. Anyway, yeah, I'm really into this look. So if you'd like to see how I created it, then please carry on watching. Before you do, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It means the absolute world. And let's just carry on into the video. I've just played around with the camera settings, so I hope that it's okay. I've just turned up the saturation. I don't know if that's going to help anything. I'm going to take the P. Louise base in the shade Yummy Yellow. I'm going to be using lots of the P. Louise bases for this look, just because it's nice to have a coloured base underneath, but you could definitely just skip this and just use like a normal concealer to kind of create the shape of the eye look if you wanted to. That's absolutely fine. So I'm going to take the shade Yummy Yellow and I'm just going to use this in the tear ducts of my eyes, just as a base for the yellow shade that I'm going to be popping on there. So I'm just taking a teeny little bit of that on a pencil brush. This one is the Sigma E30 and I'm just going to pop that into the tear ducts of my eyes. I've already done my brows, as you can see they are very big brows today, and then I've carved out the brows using the P. Louise base in Rumour number 2, but I haven't brought it down to the lid. I've just brought it to like above the eyelid. I'm just going to tap that off on the back of my hand so I don't go in with loads of excess product. Then I'm going to take the P. Louise base in the shade Winter Rose and use this to kind of map out the first section. I'm doing 5 different colours across the lid in a very sharp effect. So I've just got to imagine where they're going to go, so I've got room for them all. So I'm going to take this base on a small brush. I'm going to use one of the P. Louise brushes. This comes in the Mirror brush set. This is the smallest one. And then when I'm done with this shade, I'm just going to wipe it off on the back of my hand and then use the same brush across the lid. I'm going just slightly above the crease with this, just so you can see it when I open my eyes. Okay, and now I'm going to move on to a blue. I'm taking the shade Touch of Frost. I've just kind of wiped off my brush on the back of your hand, back of my hand. As you can see, it's just covered in pink base. So I'm just going to use this brush to pop on the blue next to it. It doesn't really matter if it's not perfect. I'm going to be putting the shadows on top anyway, but I just wanted to play around with the coloured bases really. And I'm just bringing it into the pink slightly as well, just by tapping that together. Now I'm going to go in with the greeny coloured base. This is in the shade Hint of Mint, and I'm just going to pop it next to the blue, and then after that we're going in with a black. Just pulling that down, and then just tapping it next to the blue. It doesn't really matter how kind of neat it is on the lid, it's mainly just at the top. I want a nice crisp line. Okay, now we're going to go on to the black base, which is Bada Black Base, and I'm going to take that on a BH Cosmetics number 11 brush. I was going to use the P. Louise one, but I feel like I need something a little bit more precise to create the wing shape, so I'm just going to put it up towards the tail of my brow, pull it back in towards the blue and just kind of pat it in so it's nice and smooth. Just going to pop some of this on the back of my makeshift palette here to do that. Just squeezing a little dot out on the back of my hand. I'm definitely going to need to repurchase the P. Louise Rumour number 2 base at some point, but the coloured bases I feel like I'm not going to get through these because they just, I've used them so much and they don't seem to be going down, which is a good thing. Okay, so I'm just loading up my brush, patting it on the back like so, just so it's nice and even across the brush, and then hopefully this goes well. This is the bit I'm a little bit nervous about because I want it to be a nice crisp line for the glitter to go on top of. To be honest, this brush isn't really doing me any favours. I'm going to put this brush down. I'm going to go in with this Morphe angled brush instead. Hopefully I can get some better precision. Okay, I'm just reloading up this angled brush from Morphe in hopes that I can get a more precise look, because the other brush was not doing me any favours. Okay, this is better. Okay, I'm just coming up for some air here. I'm just going to leave it at that because I feel like it's just going to get bigger and bigger, and I'm fairly happy with that. I'm just going to go ahead and do it on the other eye. I don't know why, I'm just taking absolutely ages to film today. Like, not that I don't want to film or anything, I'm just moving very slowly. But it's fine. Enjoy your life. Take your time. Enjoy the moment. I don't know what that was about. Anyway, now we get to jump into the palette finally. Just look at the packaging, by the way. It's so stunning. I don't know how long this is going to be on Morphe's website for. I do believe it's a limited edition one for Pride. I'm actually going to start off by pretty much using, not even pretty much, I'm going to be using all of these shades across here and then putting the yellow in the inner corner. That's the plan. So I'm going to start off with this pink glitter shade, which is called Love Yourself, and I'm going to pop that, as you guessed, right on top of the pink there. I got a little bit of creasage going on. I'm just going to take a like kind of fresh brush and just pat over the creasing so there isn't actual creasing when we put the glitter on the top, like that. I'm going to do one eye at a time. As you can tell, the wings definitely aren't even, but it's fine. So I've just got an assortment of shader brushes. I have no idea how these glitters are going to perform, if I need to wet the brush or anything like that. So I'm just going to go in with this brush from Eggshow. It's just like a flat packer brush, and I'm going to go in with that hot pink sparkly shade right here, which is called Love Yourself. And I'm just going to start by patting this on to the inner corner. Okay, it's not a pressed glitter, it's just a glitter. So I'm just going to smush my brush kind of into the shadow to try and get that on there. And I'm just going to start by packing that onto the pink. Okay, that's pretty. I do think that I need to wet the brush, so I'm just going to dampen my brush with a little bit of setting spray. Now I'm going to take the shade Be a Visionary, which is a beautiful bluey purple glitter right here. It looks just straight off blue when you straight look into the pan. That makes any sense, but when you tilt the palette you can see some purple reflex in there, so I'm going to pop that on top of the blue base. Next up, I'm going to take the shade Live Your Life, which is a beautiful glittery green shade, and of course I'm going to pop it on top of the kind of mint colour. This is a Ava 234 Luxe Smoky Shader brush, but at this point I'm just taking any brushes that I have because I've been too lazy to clean them again, so we're just using what we have. Oh, this is pretty. So for the outer edge, there's actually two glitters. I'm going to go in with this one called RESPECT, this one right here, just because this one is like a typical silver holographic glitter, but this one almost has like black glitter, pink glitter, blue glitter, like gold glitter in it, so I think it's a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to pop it onto the black shade here. I was going to do all 5 glitters, but I've now realised that they won't fit, so we're just going to do this one, taking it on a little lip brush and just hoping I can get it as precise as possible. This is more of a fun makeup look. I'm just kind of playing with the palette, you know? This one's nice, I like this one. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just going to go over the glitter a few times, just like I said, and do this eye, and I'll be right back. Completely forgot the inner corner of my eye, so I'm going to take the shade Shine Hope, which is the pretty yellow. This isn't a glitter, but it's a glittery shadow from what I can see, so I'm going to pop that onto the inner corner where we put that yellow base. Oh, that makes a really pretty inner corner highlight actually. Bring it into the pink, have a little bit of orange, that's pretty, I like it. Next up, I'm going to pop a white liner through the waterline. This is Morphe's Coconut Liner. I don't really know what to do with the lower lash line. I think what I might do is actually leave it blank until I've done the rest of the face, and then if I want to add anything, I will. For lashes, I'm actually going to take some magnetic lashes. These are from Mabel's Magnetic Lashes. These are in the style Freestyle. I forget, Freedom, I think. I'm going to pop these on. I'm going to do some liner and mascara first as well. I do have a discount code for this brand, which is shivonmakeupbiz, which gets you 15% off the lashes. So if you're interested, I'll leave the link down in the description box below. I'm going to go ahead and pop these on and I'll be right back. I've just popped my lashes on. These are the magnetic lashes. Now it's time for the face. I've zoomed you a lot further out than previous videos. Let me know what you think for the face portion of the video. I feel like recently I've been a bit too zoomed in, but let me know. So I'm going to start off by priming the skin. I'm taking the MUA Pro Base Banana Blur Primer. I haven't used this in a little while and I actually really like it, so I'm going to pop some of this on. Okay, I'm just going to work that into the skin. I forgot how much I love this primer. For foundation, I'm taking the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate foundation in the shade F8.2. I've been loving this foundation, and yeah, I'm just going to pop this on. I'm going to take it on my Morphe Beauty sponge and dab this all over the skin. Next, I'm going to cream contour. I'm taking the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Light on this L'Oreal Cosmetics foundation brush. I'm just going to pop it under my cheekbones, tops of the forehead, and then a little bit down my nose. And then I'm going to blend it out with the L'Oreal Cosmetics brush as well. Pulling that upwards to create a nice contour shadow. I love this cream bronzer, it's so nice. Cream contour bronzer, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it is a contour product, but I feel like because this is quite a warm shade, you could just use it as a cream bronzer, if that makes any sense. Next, I'm going to pop some concealer on. This is the AOA Studio Liquid Concealer in the shade Fair Ivory. I'm just going to take it on a P. Louise brush, just make sure there's no like coloured base on it. I'm going to pop it on my chin, under the eyes, a little bit on the forehead. This is a very full coverage concealer, so I'm going to be very careful not to pop on loads. And then I'm going to blend it out with the same sponge. Then I'm going to set this into place using the MUA Pro Base Full Coverage Matte Press Powder in the shade 110. Right, for bronzer, I'm going to take the MUA Bronze Perfection Golden Dunes Bronzer, which looks like this, on my L'Oreal Cosmetics Contour Diva Katie brush. Starting at the back of my temples and then kind of working forward. Across the top of my forehead. For blush, I'm taking the Morphe Pop of Peach Blush Trio, and I'm taking the shade Creator, which is this pretty peachy pink right here, on a Sigma Spotlight Duster brush. This is the F37. I'm now going to set this into place using the Morphe Luminous Setting Spray. For highlight, of course, I'm going to take my Morphe highlighter palette. This is the 980Z highlighter palette, and I'm going to take the shade Lit, which is this one right here. Just pop this onto my cheekbones and the tip of my nose. Tip of the nose is just optional. I just really like the way that it looks. For lips, I'm going to start with Morphe's Sweet Tea lip liner. I was thinking of doing like a pink or a purple lip, but I'm going to go with a nude and play it safe. Then I'm going to take Virgin Liquid Lipstick. And then to top it off, I'm going to take Morphe's Froze Lip Gloss. So that's pretty much the finished look. I have decided that I actually quite like the empty lower lash line. I feel like it adds to the kind of like editorial kind of artsy look. So I'm going to leave it blank. I'm not going to put any mascara on the lower lashes. I'm just going to go ahead. That was rude. Sorry, my camera died. I'm going to quickly go off camera, fix my hair, touch up any little bits of glitter and that kind of thing, and I'll be right back. So I have had a little floof and a little fix, and this is the finished makeup look using the Morphe 10G GLSEN Up palette, which I'm actually really impressed with. I will say this shade here, the pink one, definitely required a lot of application. Glitter shadows can kind of do that though, but I will say in consistency I preferred the shade Live Your Life, was my favourite. That green and also the RESPECT shade was really pretty. Like I popped that on top of the black base and I was like, ooh, that was really nice. And that Shine Hope shade, the yellow that we use in the inner corner of the eye, I absolutely love it. I was thinking of putting some colours on the lower lash line, but the more I look at this look, I actually just really like the empty lower lash line, which I don't do ever. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. This is definitely more of like a fun makeup look. I just wanted to play with the palette and get creative, you know. I was thinking of just using a few glitter shades and using one of the other Morphe palettes to do kind of like a normal-ish makeup look, but I was like, no, I'm going to do all glitter and see what I come up with. So yeah, that is the look that I came up with using this palette. I really hope that you like it. As always, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out and it means the absolute world. If you have done already, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We've just hit 8,200 subscribers here on my channel, which is amazing. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next time. Bye! On the yellow, I'm going to be using loads of peel